I remember that all about looking at. Sophia, Tyler's mom, was watching me play a game, and she commented about how, you know, I have a lot of spatial awareness because if it was her playing, she'd get totally turned around. It made me realize just how much of like video game space I can kind of like memorize and internalize.
Oh god, oh my god.
Oh yeah, the sewer, that'll be fun.
Don't say it like that. Brian, please, I can't handle you doing dumb shit while I'm playing a game that's high stress. Please stop it.
What's Brian doing?
Oh, that opened. I don't want to go in there. She's standing, so we had to move all of the stuff out of the room, right? So that we could lay, oh god, we could lay the laminate flooring. Oh, it's dark.
What's so bad
Ah,
about
crap, ambush.
I don't want to. And we had to put, we had to put our bed and stuff in the living room, and that's where it's gonna have to stay, you know, because I had to clean up the room and get everything out of there and ready. And so the bed's in here, but Brian was like balancing on the bed, and I'm like, please stop it. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah.
You're gonna get murdered like Charlie Manson.
Brian, would you stop it? I don't need you telling me I'm gonna get murdered. There are 3 things here. There's a monster in here. I know there is. There's gotta be a monster.
What are monsters? Why?
Oh, shit.
Not that I think it really is. But your mom's cool with us pulling one of the doors off and sticking it in the garage. Probably need to somehow. Yeah, that was kind of. I don't know if we have.
Oh boy.
Ah,
Oh jeez. This is weird. I'm gonna frickin' kill you. That was not funny.
You still have that big box from your.
It just keeps getting dark again.
Yeah, it does that.
And then there's like this, again, butthole pucker noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you where the sewer ends up?
No.
It's your favorite place.
In the hospital?
In the morgue in the hospital.
Oh no.
Only way out is forward.
No way. I can't go back the way I came?
I guess you could, but
It's all locked.
Intervault.
yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
That's fair.
I don't know why I'm doing this weird ass commentary.
Because I'm recording and you want to get some clout. Clout chaser. I have no clout, Brian. Oh, that opened.
You hurt my feelings.
Did I hurt your feelings?
Hurt my feelings. Hey, look! Oh, I thought that was a jetpack.
Oh god. Oh god. I'm telling you, this is the last time, okay? I am a very jumpy person, and if you grab me and go "Rawr" one more time in a high stress area, you're going to your room. You're not funny.
What's a room?
Oh no.
She's in a hospital.
Oh, Brian.
Yay!
Oh yeah, weird. Oh weird. Oh, okay. It's dark in here.
Don't
Okay.
run, that makes a noise!
I don't want to.
What monsters are there?
The power's on. I don't like it.
Turn the power back on before you go up,
How
so you
do
can use the key card.
How do I turn the power back on before I go into the hospital?
I can mildly hear what
Uh,
it's saying.
It's the there's a switch on the wall
In the hospital? Oh.
in the basement of the hospital.
It's a wallet.
Oh, okay. I called
Who's
Dorothy
what?
last week. She told me something interesting about Sophia. There was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when she first started working at the mansion. Sort of a birthday gift for her.
In that puzzle, Sophia was to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. The clues, when put together, will point her
Point her to the location of her gift. I thought that was a neat idea. Sophia's favorite places: Anne's courtyard, inn and suites, bridge over by the stream by the gate entrance, the post office. Why would someone like the post office? And where can I find Matthew's favorite places?
They're in one of his journal entries.
Come here, buddy.
Don't mess with him too much, please. I received an anonymous message this morning. It claimed that Scott wasn't Vivian's killer. Unfortunately, that's all I got. I've had my doubts whether Scott really killed Vivian. He sure had the motive, but upon reading all his diaries and looking through his investigation notes, I can't help but think that Scott didn't kill Vivian. On the contrary, he was trying to find out who killed Vivian, as well as what really happened to Andrew Reed and Dr. Johnson. What? I still don't know if this anonymous person is a man or a woman, but they've helped me solidify my thoughts on Scott. I received another message yesterday. It told me to look into Bernard, the mansion's butler. I can't help but feel this person is trying to tell me something, but not exactly sure what. The message said I will find something in the house. Today I received a key in the mail with the initials BH. Does this stand for Bernard's house? I've searched everywhere and read all of Bernard's diaries. Something just doesn't add up. Maybe it's just a hunch, or simply that I'm thinking too much. But would he really have killed Vivian? There's something else about his entries that make me pause and wonder if he was indeed a murderer. I photographed all the pages. Are you okay?
Yeah, I died.
That sucks.
Sorry.
I don't like it in here.
To play any of these together, you're going to wait for Jen to be available?
I was going to wait for Jen to be available. I was just going to putter on it.
Alright, cool. I was just going to check them before I settle into other stuff.
What are we doing?
Huh?
Oh, Josh and I both got Minecraft Dungeons, but we were going to start playing together until you were available to join us.
Oh, I can't
At
play
some
it
point.
because I don't have it.
Well, no, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't play anything tonight.
You don't have?
I don't have Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh yeah, that's an amazing game.
Is it?
Yes. It's like you like Dragon Age, right?
Yes, Brian.
It's kind of like that.
It is not Dragon Age. It's like Diablo 3.
How are the lights on?
Did you turn the power back on, right?
No. No, I didn't.
I'm playing Minecraft Dungeons right now. I'm just playing it by myself at the moment, honey. Jen's playing a scary game, and I'm talking to her on the headphones so she's not as scared.
Why does it have to sound like that? Why did it have to sound like gunshots?
Oh, did you find the power?
Yes. That still doesn't explain why the lights were on in the morgue when I came in here.
Wiggity. Look at that picture.
I love you, kiddo. I love you.
Of course you do.
Excuse you?
I said, of course you do.
Oh,
Don't forget to go use the key card upstairs.
I won't.
Yay!
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Go in there first.
Oh God! Last time I was in this hallway, the lights went out.
I'm trying to make it
Brian.
my last creepy.
And all you're succeeding is doing is aggravating. Well, can't turn the lights in his office on. They don't work.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Okay.
Henry,
That is not scary music. It sounds vaguely like Indiana Jones.
Regarding the use of the RRF funds,
That Brian is
call
coming.
me.
Hold on a second.
Henry, we really need
Yep.
to talk. Please call back. What's going on, Henry? Why aren't you returning my calls? This is really important.
Somebody called Henry and left him a bunch of messages.
Vivian Roberts, 1 Maple Street 5, Painscreek, North, whatever, 2000.
Okay, anyway.
28,100.
Brian.
May 29, 1993.
Dr. Henry
Dr.
Johnson,
Henry
45
Johnson.
Black Pine Rain, blah, blah, blah. Dear Henry Johnson.
I would like to thank you for your contribution to the Painscreek Community Hospital and the people of Painscreek for the past 2 decades. However, there have been reports regarding the mishandling of funds designated for PCH, for Painscreek Hospital, most of which came from the Roberts Relief Fund. This support was meant to help with the purchases of medical equipment and supplies. Since the sum of nearly $160,000 has been estimated missing, we have no other choice but to accept to open an investigation. Until you are able to explain the discrepancies between your accounting and ours, we have no choice but to suspend all funding for the hospital for the time being. I will be meeting you and your accountant to solve these issues so we may continue the hospital needs. Support the hospital needs. Sincerely,
Vivian Roberts.
Meh.
It seems like the doctor may have killed her.
Why is someone strangling each other in the background?
203.
Hello, Harley. Where's Salem at?
Salem's off being Salem.
Adventuring like usual. Harley is climbing even though he shouldn't be because he's hurting himself. Hey, buddy. Come here.
No, don't pick him up.
Okay.
That is not how we get over a sprain. To Charles Roberts, I don't know if it's a joke, but that you sent me the threat letter, but if you knew about the well, then you must have found out the truth. Just so you know, your wife was the one behind all of it. Charles Roberts? That's Vivian. If you have any grudge, it's with her, not me. I was just a witness in Sophia's death, nothing more. Oh, now it seems like he was paid off, doesn't it? I know what you did. Meet me at the well, by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone. Do not mess with that and don't shake it. It's compressed air, bro.
Tastes like air.
Huh?
Tastes like air.
It's compressed air for cleaning out the computer.
Oh.
But you're not supposed to shake it. It's got a leveling agent in there to keep it pressurized. Ouch, Brian, stop.
What?
I don't like it when you headbutt me for no reason. That's weird.
Ow! Ow! Ah! Ow! Ow!
I'm just going around in circles. I'm in the back of the hospital, aren't I?
Probably. Did you get the key
Yeah.
out of his office?
The one that's labeled 203, I sure did.
That's the in the hospital. 203 in the hospital.
Oh. Is it?
Mm-hmm. Room 203.
Why are the lights still off? That's
Maybe some of them blew out when the power outage happened.
I don't like that excuse. I think they should all be on. I don't want to. I don't want to. This is room 201. The lights are off. I don't like it.
Hey, for Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft, will you pick them up?
Huh? What'd you say?
If I PayPal you money for Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons, will you pick them up?
Yes.
Okay. I'll send it to you here in a second.
Oh God.
Be okay. Ugh.
How is the bathroom locked?
Huh?
I tried.
It isn't. It's because it's the stupid Microsoft store.
Okay. Sometimes I thought the Microsoft store might because they're trying to do the whole like you can buy stuff through your Kims thing.
Yeah. It's not well implemented yet. Put my hand to sleep.
Not too bad.
I didn't think about it like that.
Looks like a room key.
You just hear Josh belch at me.
I
You
did.
just belch.
Let him know it's going on YouTube. Oh,
Jen heard that, and it's going on YouTube.
ouch. My back.
He has no shame.
My back has been super crampy today.
Maybe it's because you moved all the heavy stuff.
Yeah. Yesterday, on hearing that Scott was apprehended for the murder of her mother, Trisha collapsed. The hospital called this morning to inform us that it was just a nervous breakdown. However, they've suggested that she should stay here for another few days. Charles is asking me to stay by her side. It rained today. Trisha has always hated the rain. She stayed in bed, tucked under the blanket, nearly the entire day. Here and there, she mutters Scott's name out loud. She cried herself to sleep a few times. It pains me to see her like this. Charles visits Trisha almost every day. Today, he was quieter than usual. All of a sudden, he told me that Vivian had been seeing another man, apparently a banker, for more than a year. He asked me if Vivian ever talked to me about it. I said I didn't know anything, but I was sure that Vivian would never have done such a thing. Then I realized that Trisha was awake. I'm not sure if she heard our conversation. Sheriff Howard came by today. He asked me if I remember seeing anything suspicious the night Vivian died. I've already told him everything I know. It's frustrating to be asked over and over again about things that I just want to forget. Before he left, I asked if Scott really could be the killer. He said he's wondering the same thing. If Scott was not the killer, then who killed Vivian? It was Trisha. Derek came by to see Trisha. I asked him how he was doing. He said that the medical expenses for Wanda were more than he expected. Even with Charles's help, he's been forced to use up most of his savings. He's currently searching for a second job. He asked me if there was a future for him traveling with Charles. Made him see some of the rather ugly sides of the world.
Where the washing machine is that still can get through.
Well, then why do you have the... It was covered. Why were you back there?
It wasn't. That's
Yeah.
the thing. That hole is not
I
covered.
think it was kind of
Get out of here, okay?
I'm trying to find something.
Jeez.
What happened?
There's a panel in the back of in the back wall of the laundry room that Brian has been messing with and now is open, and he's like, Salem can get through it, and I'm like, well, you still left it
Messing
alone.
with it. I looked at it. I have not touched it.
Okay, calm down. Thank you.
I sent you money on PayPal.
I saw. Before he left, anyway, traveling with Charles made him see some of the rather ugly sides of this world. His mother is hospitalized with terminal cancer, and seeing his best friend Trisha like this pains him. I didn't know what to tell him. Before he left, he leaned close to her and whispered, would it have been better if Scott just never showed up? Would you have chosen me? I wish I'd never have heard that. It kind of seems like Derek did something. So suspicious of everybody.
Fair.
Scott Brooks.
They're all kind of terrible people.
Scott Brooks' body found by jogger with multiple stab wounds to the heart. Aww. Police unsure if the events are tied to the killing of Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, the murder suspect in the Vivian Roberts case, was killed yesterday. His body was found on the roadside along Maple Drive. At around 6:50 a.m., a jogger happened to see the body lying motionless on the side of the road behind the bush while doing his morning run. He stopped to check if the person needed help, only to notice that his body was covered in blood. This seems like something they would not put in the news. You know what? I take that back. He immediately called 911. The police arrived shortly after around 7 a.m., and the victim was pronounced dead. The time of death was predicted to be about 4 to 6 hours ago, putting the time of death between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Questions have been raised pertaining to the murder of Vivian Roberts, especially since Scott was released from prison due. Continued on page 5. Damn, page 5. Why is it always continued on page 5?
I do not know.
And who locked the bathroom? Alright, let's get out of here. If no monsters are gonna jump out at me, that is.
Not yet.
Thanks, cat.
Welcome.
So reassuring.
It's kind of reassuring. It's a little reassuring. It's reassuring in the short term.
I'm back in the daylight. Whew. I need to go figure out this hole in the wall thing. I'll be right back. It's just the panel to the, like the laundry pipe panel or whatever. But I gotta go figure that out. I'll be right back.
Okay. What? You can gift Minecraft Dungeons. Do you want me to gift you Minecraft Dungeons? You kind of what? Well, see if it's something that you're interested in. Then let me know. I don't have a problem getting you Minecraft Dungeons. But it's like it's just a shooter. Usually you like more creative type games sometimes, so but like I don't have a problem picking it up for you if it's something you want to play. We could also get it for one of the consoles so you guys can play it together too. That's a possibility.
I really hate having my computer in this little cubby.
Good.
I really hate it.
I'm sorry. I'm getting murdered by creepers.
Okay, now I'm out of the hospital. So what did I find? I found a bedroom key. Found next to Dorothy's diary in hospital room 203. So I'm going to stop at Dorothy's house. Because it's right here.
Good thing to do.
I don't feel like there's enough airflow in this little cubby. I always get nervous that putting the computer in this little cubby is a bad thing.
It's fine for the day or two that you have it there.
I thought so too.
It's not going to do any long-term damage in that short period of time.
No.
Your
But
computer
I
doesn't run hot.
definitely feel like the warm air though.
Oh yeah. But in that short period of time, your computer normally doesn't run hot enough. It has really good venting. So the fact that you can feel the heat is not actually a bad thing. Because it's venting out towards you. But it's like 2 days, so it's nothing to worry about.
My game is glitching. I'm going to have to reload it. I tried to go up the stairs and went right through them into the bathroom. Maybe if I just go back in, it'll change it. I don't know. Oh, that's better. Okay.
Boo!
Alright, did I get all of the secrets?
Ooh, that
And
was a
there's 2
smell.
more chests.
Can you please stop it? Jumping on my bed. I don't go jump on your bed, okay? And it's one of those memory foamers. You're not supposed to jump on it.
I'm really supposed to jump on any bed.
Yeah.
Shit.
A pendant of Mother Mary. Uh-oh. More diaries. Scott was released from prison this morning. He wasn't in prison. He didn't have a trial yet. Matthew went to pick him up. There's a lot of tension here in Painscreek. Most people think of Scott as a murderer. Charles tried to stop Trisha from seeing Scott, but it's no use. She was already waiting for him at the cabin. Charles is drinking again. He couldn't stop Trisha from trying to see Scott, yet Scott seems to be avoiding her. Trisha should not have been discharged from the hospital at this point. She still needs help and rehabilitation. Brian Daniel, put that back and stop rolling it across the floor. I've told you. Huh? Trisha should not have been discharged from the hospital at this point. She still needs help and rehabilitation. Derek and Scott fought at the market today. Derek asked Scott why he's avoiding Trisha. Scott didn't say anything. He just walked away. Derek told him not to come back anymore. It's sad to see what's happening to them now. They used to be such good friends. Oh my God, Scott was killed? Trisha's been going crazy ever since Scott died. Sometimes she screams in the middle of the night. Here and there she'll ask why Scott hasn't visited her for a while. No one seems to know how to answer without agitating her condition. Trisha finally admitted to being in the was finally being admitted to the hospital for another mental breakdown. Charles doesn't know what to do. I've asked for his permission to take care of Trisha at the hospital until she recovers. I think Charles appreciates my help. I think Dorothy has feelings for Charles.
I could see it.
Can I, what?
Can I sign in with this?
What is it?
This computer? No, Nova?
Brian, honey, it's the only computer that we have.
I'm not gonna play anything with Borderlands on that unless you're on Borderlands.
I don't think it'll run Borderlands 2.
Can I try it? And if it's faulty, then stop and delete it?
I guess.
Thank you. Yay!
Why can't you play Borderlands 2 on the Xbox? We have it.
Because I've never played it on a computer, and
I don't understand.
I need to get grindy.
Trisha Roberts falls 40 feet from the rooftop, lands on her head, and dies. Well, that's an awesome headline right there. But
Scary.
yesterday morning, the body of Trisha Roberts was found on the ground of Painscreek Community Hospital. She was pronounced dead at 7:20 a.m. According to Miss Thompson, she was starting her morning shift when she heard some sound near the reception area. She went to find Trisha laying motionless. Blood was flowing from her head. She quickly called Dr. Bennett, the attending physician, for the day's morning shift who brought Trisha into the emergency room at once. Unfortunately, it was too late. The hospital CCTV shows that Trisha Roberts was walking around the hospital around 6:30 a.m. She headed to the roof at 6:45 a.m. A few minutes later, her body was found on the ground 3 floors below. Charles Roberts, ex-mayor, father of the deceased, continue it on page 3. Such bullshit. They cut out half the story for you.
They didn't want to write it all.
Dear Dorothy, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for all you've done for me. You've taken care of my store on many occasions. You've helped maintain its bright spirit. I would be lying if I said I'm not saddened by your departure. I will greatly miss you. I wish you all the best in your new place. Do invite me there once you're settled in. May God be with you. Oliver Gibson. Oh. Key to the portrait studio, I think. No, it says it's a house key, but...
Yeah, it's a studio. It's his house.
What is this? Sophia. This box says Sophia. Nope. Don't have no idea, baby. Do I have any? You know what? I think I do. 0526. I think that's a 2. Let's try it. Let's try it. Oh, it opened. I did it.
Yeah.
Dear Sophia, how have you been? I hope everyone is treating you well at the mansion. It's been 6 months since my missionary work started in Indonesia. Life here is hard but meaningful. I thought my life at the orphanage was miserable. After coming here, I realized I am blessed more than I could ever imagine. I'm supposed to be back in 1 week's time, but I recently decided that I'll be extending my stay here for another 6 months. I haven't received any letters from you for a while now. I hope you are doing well. Remember the time when we were at the orphanage you said that you don't want to be poor anymore? I think God heard your call and brought you to Painscreek. Charles and Vivian told me they were glad I introduced you to them. They said you are a hardworking person with a kind heart and that us being related was not the reason they hired you. You got the job on your own merit. I do not know whether or not to tell them we are not actually cousins. I feel bad for lying to them. I guess I'll have to tell them the truth someday. Having said that, I'm glad that you are in Painscreek. We can talk anytime, just like the good old days at the orphanage. I will do my best here. I hope you can wait for me. Best regards, Matthew Brooks. P.S. I have prepared a special present for your birthday. Wait for my telegram that day. I'm going over everything, but it's just that letter in another book. I know some people don't like me. Wanda always picks on me, and Bernard ignores me most of the time. Andrew, well, he's okay as long as I'm not in his garden. Dorothy cares a lot for me, though. I like her. Tom, our security guard, treats me with respect even though I'm just a housemaid. Vivian and Charles are kind to me, too. Oh, and Matthew, too. I almost forgot about him. He's been taking care of me forever, certainly as long as I can remember. I'm a lucky girl. Matthew talks to me whenever he has time. Sometimes I feel like he's trying to escape his chores at the church. We'll talk about everything under the sun, our hopes, dreams, and futures. It reminds me of our days at the orphanage. Landing a job here as a maid was the best thing that could have happened to me. However, I never imagined I would be having an affair with a married man, let alone my employer. Now I'm carrying his child. How do I face Matthew? I received a letter from Matthew today saying he'll be extending his stay in Indonesia for 6 more months. That's always been him. He's always had a noble heart wanting to help people everywhere. I miss him, but I'm glad he's decided to extend his stay there. It gives me time to prepare how I'll explain my situation to him. I don't know how he'll take it if he just hears the truth blurted out once he gets back. I gotta make dinner in a couple minutes. I received a telegram this morning from Matthew wishing me happy birthday. He told me that he had a special birthday present prepared for me. All I needed to do was find the clues that he placed in our favorite places. He's waiting for my telegram after I've solved the puzzle. I actually solved it already, but I don't know what to say to him. What should I do? My baby was born today, at 8:20 a.m., and it's a boy. He looks just like Charles. Dorothy's taking good care of us. She prepares the food and attends to my needs. I almost feel like I'm her boss. Charles visits me all the time, asking if we need anything else. I told him he didn't have to come so often, and instead focus on work. As a mayor, he must have a lot on his mind. Charles told me today that his mother, Magdalene, will be arriving in 2 weeks. She knows about our relationship. I feel nervous because she's a strict woman. At the same time, I'm happy because she told Charles to take responsibility for me and my son. Soon I won't have to be a maid anymore. Charles has decided to name our child Vincent Roberts. I like that. His name is Scott, bruh. His name's Vinny.
I love Vince. Sorry, utterly non sequitur in a lot of ways. I miss Vince.
Don't have to miss him. He's just a paragraph away.
I know. We're barely writing. We're getting work done on the books that we need to finish writing.
Yeah.
I don't think you have time or mental bandwidth. I'm like, let's Gaia. I mean, you might, but probably not.
A briefcase key. A briefcase.
Oh shit.
A house entrance key found in Dorothy's house. Well, let's just go to that place, because I know...
You want to go to the inn?
The inn?
The inn and Dorothy's house, yep.
I already went to Dorothy's house.
Briefcase key is the briefcase that's in that guy's room.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a briefcase in there.
In the 201 in the inn.
I also have to go back to Bernard's house and pull up the nails. I have a hammer now.
Overcooked is free.
Did you get the shovel too?
Not the shovel, just the hammer. There was no shovel. I'm not in the other guy's house yet.
Oh, gotcha, that guy's house, yeah.
I know, Brian. The code for Charles's safe in the gallery is Vincent's birthday. How could I have not thought about that? Call Sheriff James, check his file. 7741. 44-year-old male with burns found home, pronounced dead at the scene. Third degree burns found across his body, completely charred over the head, face, neck, and hands. Heavily charred. Across the back of the body, legs, and feet. Closer inspection reveals punctured lungs with an object similar to a switchblade or small knife. Pneumothorax is possible cause of death, but the body is too burnt to confirm. Ugh. 61-year-old white male pulled out of a car, submerged in the lake. This is Dr. Johnson. Victim's lungs do not contain water, which shows he did not die by drowning. Due to the prolonged submerging of the body in water, the estimated time of death might not be accurate. Estimated time of death is between 12 to 16 days. The top right of the skull, leaning towards the front and above the right eye, has a wide crack, usually caused by a sharp object with strong force. Front torso, face, and back portion of forearm suffer numerous lacerations. Victim most likely succumbed to blood loss before being placed in the water. Holy crap. Vivian Roberts, 55-year-old white female, found laying in front of the mansion gates, pronounced dead at the scene. 12 centimeter wide and 7 centimeter deep crack found on the right side of her head. Impact caused by strong force with a sharp object. Lacerations on front torso and back sides of both forearms. Died of loss of blood. Both of them had gotten their heads caved in.
So obviously this murderer likes caving people's heads in.
I'm pretty sure the murder's a ghost, Brian.
Ghost murders?
Just have a feeling about that. Alright, I don't think there's anything else in here. I don't have any other keys that belong here, I don't think. We'll try it anyway.
Oh shit!
What?
I just fell into the swamp and died. Sorry. Utterly unrelated to what you guys are doing.
You scared me. Alright.
I use the restroom real quick.
Bye.
Are you gonna sign up to your vlog channel or anything?
What, like the vlogs?
Yeah, Matthew Gaming vlogs.
Well, we will eventually do vlogs, Brian. I just have to get comfortable with my face being on camera.
Alright.
Mm.
So they're called vlogs. I don't like it when people say that you can't get a virus on an iMac.
Well, it's hard. It's not that you can't, but it's definitely harder to infect them.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Brian is announcing his displeasure at the commentary that you cannot get a virus on a Mac. He said, I'm tired of people saying that you can't get a virus on a Mac. And I was like, well, it's not that you can't. It's just that it's a lot harder to infect them.
If you were stupid enough, you could basically infect your...
But the problem is that most viruses are, you know, they're more easily written on the PC stuff. So...
Well, most of them are written for PCs, and they're not universal, but that has become a little bit less the case as platforms switch and adapt. It's easier to make things for both.
Yeah.
But you're less likely to get it on a Mac. What the fuck is that?
Dear Mr. Oliver Gibson, we regret to inform you that Father Matthew will not be joining any part of the annual religious gathering event from July 18th till the 23rd in South York. We received Father Matthew's memo yesterday stating that he was not feeling well. I assume this has also informed you about his last-minute change. Please send him our regards. We wish a swift recovery so he may serve the people of Painscreek soon. Oh no, Matthew is getting sick.
You should take a picture of that.
I should?
Yeah, the timing of that one is important. Huh?
What'd you say?
The timing is important.
Oh. There's a wrench.
The date on that particular paper is. Oh, I hate this new bow that I got.
I'm going to probably call it as soon as I get done reading this.
Hey, Mom.
What?
So, I saw a trailer for No Man's Sky and I'm actually pretty interested.
It's alright. We just attended Trisha's funeral this morning. Charles tried to be strong, but by the end of the ceremony, his face was wet. Dorothy cried her heart out. It truly pains the soul to witness so many deaths occur here in Painscreek. Every one of those deaths was a person I knew, and some were very close to me. Among them, Vivian's death shocked me the most. Despite what the media said, I will not, for even a moment, believe that Scott killed her. It doesn't make sense to me. Trisha's death hurt the most, probably because I spent the last few years mentoring her. She was smart, kind, and very talented. She was turning into a very promising young woman. With her passing, Charles has lost all of his family members. He's alone. I can't imagine the pain he's going through.
That's so sad, though.
Dorothy left Painscreek early February, a month after Trisha's funeral. The hospital closed shortly after. By the end of the month, Charles had packed and departed Painscreek for good. Wanda passed away on March 12, 1996. Her cancer had spread too far and too deep. The doctors could not save her. 2 weeks after her funeral, Derek moved out of Painscreek. Autumn is approaching. My photography store will be closing at the end of this month. I have many things to say, but there's no one left to confide in. Anyways, I've been thinking about retiring for quite a while now. Maybe the time has come. Well, just some poor old guy. I mean, I don't know why you're writing that down, Janet. It's just... Just some old guy, saying that he's sad that the town is...
That all friends died real fast.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhat related. Oh, fuck, I died again.
Yeah, Janet's like scribbling it down. She's like, oh, this is interesting. And I'm like, it's not that interesting, Janet.
She's like, no, but it's interesting.
It was Outer Realms. Never mind.
Oh, Outer Realms is amazing. I thought you were talking about No Man's Sky. I'm like, meh.
No, isn't Outer Realms the one where you got the gun and you go shoot in space?
What? No, Outer Realms is like, it's like Fallout, but...
Oh yeah, that's what I saw.
Fallout, not Fallout 76.
Yeah. It's not garbage sauce.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we?
Can you please sit down before you hurt yourself? I appreciate you sitting down and not harming thyself, son. I gotta go this way.
Mom,
What,
I
honey?
accidentally said girth bibber.
Birth giver?
I said girth bibber.
Birth giver.
Girth bibber.
Like, that's a weird way to say that, kid.
Right? No, this isn't. That's the way to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital again.
Oh?
I already think
don't?
I'm probably gonna go there again eventually. But I don't want to. I want everyone to know that I have my reservations and my indignations about such an idea. Brian, calm it down, please. This is Black Pine. So where's number 31 again? This is number... This is Black Pine. Okay, where did I find it? Wait, I don't want to be on Black Pine. I want to be on... Yeah, okay, that's why I can't find it. I'm on the wrong place.
An Enderman? What?
Whoa.
Ooh, pig, come here.
Yeah, come here, pig. You know what really bums me out? That you can't just randomly jump through town.
Yeah, but there's no fast travel.
Yeah, you can't just jump. Or even run at a reasonable pace.
Well, that was awful and terrifying.
Yeah.
But I won. So what do you think? Should we make characters for Ezekiel's Arundai's?
Do you want to?
I don't know. You're laughing at me.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. Should we? I don't know. Do you want to? Maybe.
Kinda. No, I mean, I kinda do and I kinda don't. Like, I like role-playing and RPing and writing stuff that's, like, a little bit more pick up and go than, like, books. I mean, I love writing the books that we're writing. I mean, they're really fun and they're a really great story, but, like, you need to have a certain degree of focus for them and they have to have, like, a consistent storyline, and so I sometimes like the RP stuff, like, you could just kind of go with whatever, you know, you don't have to worry about whether where it's going to tie up and how it's going to all work, you know?
Yeah.
And I miss doing that a bit. If that makes sense. And it's like, and you don't have to like, it doesn't matter if Brian's distracting you or, you know, you're not feeling 110% shit. Just hug the TNT while it explodes, you idiot. Talking to myself. But like, the...
Uh-oh. So Bernard killed Scott, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing that happened.
That's why he hid the murder weapon in his house.
Oh yeah, bloody floorboard.
Mm-hmm. What, Brian? Are you logged on to your own thing there?
It's not like it won't work, so I was gonna ask later if I
Hey, Taryn, what's up, honey?
On my computer?
yeah,
No, we've talked about this. This is Mommy's thing. It's okay for Mommy to have something she doesn't want to share with everybody else. It is okay. The hospital gave me these pills. They're supposed to help fight depression. I feel a slight dizziness. It might be the food I ate this morning. The dizziness comes and goes. I'm still able to work, not a big problem. It's my day off. I didn't take the medication. By evening, I started thinking about Vivian. I had to drive Vivian again, so I took double the dosage. I had a migraine for the rest of the day. At least I didn't have to think about her. Couldn't Vivian stop seeing that guy? Why can't I stop thinking about it? Now I know that my dizziness comes from those pills. The pills, they don't seem to work anymore. It doesn't matter if I take them or not. I can't stop imagining what Vivian and that guy are doing whenever they meet. I stopped taking the medication. I'm gonna go with this guy also killed Vivian because he's a crazy stalker. This is weird. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna turn the lights on to make it less scary. Something is going to happen.
Where are you?
I'm in Bernard's house.
Ah.
Something is going to happen, isn't it?
No.
No?
I don't think so. I don't remember anything happening to me in Bernard's house that especially freaked me out more than the general creep ambiance.
I drove Vivian today since Derek is out of town with Charles. As I was driving, we talked. She expressed that despite having successful business, she felt empty and tired. Trisha hates Vivian for trying to stop her from seeing Scott. She seems to be really bothered by the name Vincent, and her relationship with Charles seems to be just for show. I wish I could comfort her. She's going through so much right now. If only I could confess to Vivian how much respect I have for her, how much I admire her. Ooh, that's a creepy stalker thing to say. It's so cringy. Ever since Trisha brought up the name Vincent, Vivian has been pretty quiet. Even during dinner, she hardly spoke. I can barely remember the last time Vivian appeared happy. I don't think anyone can blame her. Wanda hasn't been coming to work for a while now. Her illness is getting worse. I wonder how she's coping. What do you care, creepy stalker? Derek wasn't available to drive Vivian again, so I offered to help. It's been a month since I first drove for her. She's been opening up to me more and telling me about the struggles she's faced with her rocky relationship with Charles. How she really dislikes Scott. Sometimes I would give her some suggestions when she asks what she should do. Other times she just wants someone to listen to her. Mostly I am just happy to be with her. Vivian seems rather distraught recently. During the afternoon tea gathering, I stood outside the room and tried to listen to the conversation. She feels miserable being with Charles. They hardly look at each other, let alone speak. Personally, I don't think Charles deserves her. I finished reading Vivian's biography. Half the facts were incorrect. The writer should have done his homework better. Sometimes when I'm driving for Vivian, she asks me to drop her at the corner of the street, typically in front of Tom's Cafe. She's always telling me that she'll make it back home on her own. It aroused my curiosity, so after I dropped her off today, I parked the car and watched her. She ordered a cup of coffee to go. Then she left the cafe and walked up the street for about 5 minutes to a residential area. She stopped in front of an apartment and pressed the doorbell. Shortly after, a man in his early 30s wearing a suit opened the door. He leaned over and hugged Vivian. She gave the coffee to him and they exchanged some words. I couldn't hear what they said. Then they entered the apartment together. Who is he? This is the 6th time I followed Vivian. See, he's a crazy stalker. After she went into the building with the guy, I parked a car nearby to wait for her to come out. Is this considered stalking? The answer is yes. If you have to ask, the answer is yes. About 2 hours later, a cab stopped out in front of the apartment. Shortly afterwards, Vivian came outside and the man followed closely behind. They chatted for a bit. Vivian looked extremely comfortable with him, but before leaving, she kissed him on the cheek. What is going on? I tracked the guy down.
Where?
He works at a bank. The place they meet is his apartment. How could she do that? Who the hell is he? I reported sick for the 3rd consecutive day. As I lay in bed, I kept thinking on why Vivian would be seeing another man. No matter what Charles did to her, she has kept her faith in him throughout the years. How could she be having an affair now? She's better than that. She's supposed to choose me.
What's happening?
I just got the heebie-jeebies. I just got the heebie-jeebies.
You judge.
What?
You just said judge.
I said I just got the heebie-jeebies. You're weird, Brian. Something's gonna get me. Something's gonna get me.
You'll be okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm gonna have nightmares at the end of this game. I know I am.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, no you are.
Alright.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Can you get out of here, please?
Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, I gotta turn off the recording for a bit and go make dinner for the children. While I do that, I'm gonna download... It's Minecraft Dungeons?
I sent you money for Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons.
Okay. What, Brian?
You get them both through the Microsoft Store.
What, Brian?
Cost money.
From the Microsoft Store?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you
Well,
have.
first let me turn off.
Alright, hold on. Can we end
Here,
this?
say it, Brian.
Hey, okay, thank you guys for watching. After we're done editing this video, I hope that whenever we post it, you like and subscribe and comment down below how crappy you think our video editing was. We'll see you guys.